given that the source of information is brief and concise, this video will be rather short. Now, many Trotskyites and bourgeois historians, and even many of our own, will argue that Stalin killed Leon Trotsky. However, according to the following information, the death of Trotsky was really much different. In September of 1939, a Trotskyite agent traveling under the name of Frank Jackson took the French ocean liner Île-de-France to the United States after being recruited into the Trotskyite movement by American Trotskyite Sylvia Agloff in Paris. In 1939, he received orders from the Fourth International to go to Mexico and act as a secretary of Trotsky's. He was issued a Canadian passport belonging to a Republican soldier who had perished during the Spanish Civil War and was sent to New York City to meet with Sylvia. He was taken by her and a few other Trotskyites to Coyoacan in Mexico, where he would work directly under Trotsky. On his arrival, he was issued a set of directives by Trotsky, after which he informed the Mexican police that Trotsky was going to send him on a mission to the Soviet Union with the object of organizing opposition to Stalin. However, he never embarked on this task, as in the afternoon of August 20th, 1940, at Trotsky's fortified villa in Coyoacan, Jackson murdered Trotsky by smashing in his head with an alpine pickaxe. When interrogated by Mexican police, Jackson stated that he had wanted to marry Sylvia, but Trotsky had forbidden it. After this, a violent episode broke out involving Sylvia between Trotsky and Jackson, with Jackson later saying, "In place of finding myself face to face with a political chief who was directing the struggle for the liberation of the working class, I found myself before a man who desired nothing more than to satisfy his needs and desires of vengeance and of hate, who did not utilize the workers' struggle for anything more than a means of hiding his own paltriness and despicable calculations." In connection with this house, which he said very well had been converted into a fortress, I asked myself very often, from where had the money come from for such work? Perhaps the consul of a great foreign nation who often visited him could answer this for us. So then, the fact of the matter is, the chief architect of this petty bourgeois theory, Trotskyism, and counter-revolutionary rabble-rouser, was not murdered by the orders of a bloodthirsty Stalin or any agent of the Soviet government. He was murdered by one of his own men over a dispute sparked by Trotsky's own will. No man is to blame for Trotsky's death than Trotsky himself, who no doubt started the quarrel that directly led to his demise. The idea that Trotsky was murdered by Stalin, then, is no doubt a fabrication by bourgeois propagandists and embraced by Trotskyite agents to discredit Stalin and Marxism-Leninism by making the dishonest argument, if Trotsky was incorrect, why would Stalin need to kill him? And it's a fitting end to the father of a petty bourgeois ideology. Many of Trotsky's followers would later in life go on to denounce Trotsky and Trotskyism altogether. Their petty bourgeois ideology is based solely on opposition to Stalin and Marxism-Leninism, with no foundation in anti-capitalist or anti-imperialist struggle, even directly working with German and Japanese fascists during the Second World War. Just look at Max Eastman, a former Trotskyite who went on to collaborate with the House of Un-American Activities Committee and FBI during the Second Red Scare, and where many Trotskyites go on to today, often supporting the initiatives of US imperialism and siding with them in the name of combating Stalinism. Trotskyism then really has sealed its own fate with its very foundations, and Trotsky himself killed himself with his own foolishness.
The party seeds in every factory, Bolshevize her ranks, relentlessly stand firm in her defense against the enemy. For the party is the most precious thing, the party is the most precious thing.